Today's assignment is about 1-point perspective, so you should have saved the images. You can do this in Procreate or in Canvas. So if you go into Procreate and hit the plus sign up at the top, you're going to create a new canvas and click on screen size. And then you're going to have to add in the photo that you saved from the Google Drive. So remember that you have to hit on add, insert a photo, and then select the photo that you had. It might paste it small so you can see me making it a little bit larger so it's easier to work with. Of course, you can always zoom in, but making it big is more helpful to me. Now, I'm going to go into my layers, create a new layer, and rename it. It's not super necessary that you rename it, but it helps me, so I rename that perspective line so you know what I'm doing. I'm making sure that the brush that I pick is easy, so I pick Painting Round Brush, and then I make sure that the size and opacity are right. We'll also pick a color that stands out from the photo. It doesn't have to be the same every time. I'm going to choose this green color because I think it's really bright. So what you do is you're going to just start and try to find out where all of these lines, the main lines, are angling towards. It might not end up being perfect where they all meet in exactly like the same vanishing point, but they'll all be kind of heading towards the same direction. So you can see if you hold the lines down, so I'll make like a little dot, and from that dot, I'll try to figure out where my lines meet. They're somewhere towards the center. If you go a little bit too far, you can erase them later. But I'm finding all of these corners, so you're going to have to look kind of hard to find them. So I have the drawers, I have the crib, I can get the top and bottom part of this crib that I see here, and I can just extend my line after, so just keep drawing it if it happens somewhere in like the more middle of the page. You want to have at least 8 lines, and it's really easy once you pick a point to just click and drag that line and make it really sharp. You see that they're all heading kind of towards that middle center area. Very easy to undo a line if you want to. And again, you know how to erase them if you need to. It doesn't have to be so neat, so you can see that they're getting kind of like overlapping with each other because they're all heading towards roughly the same area. Right now I have 7 lines. I'm going to do at least one more. And you might have to get creative and look really hard for where these are. So this rug, which is rectangular shaped, would also kind of fit it, but the edges are fuzzy, so that might be difficult for you. There's also, if you look at the top, the corners of the rooms tend to help you. So I have that little corner up there. It's hard to see because it's all in white, but it's totally possible. It's the same on the other side too, but I already have 9 lines now, so this is just extra if you want more lines. So essentially I've found out where my vanishing point is. I personally like to go on a new layer. It's not super necessary, but I'm going to put my vanishing point and horizon line here, so I renamed that. I do want to switch colors though, so I'm going to do the horizon line in a different color. And again, like the vanishing point can be that same color, but if you want to, you can make it a new color. And there you go. So that's the full image. What we want to do next is we want to save it. So we're going to go and hit like at the top. If you remember, we have our actions tool. And you want to hit share, and then I always share as a PNG. Make sure to hit save image, and then it'll be in your camera roll. What you're going to do with this is you're going to, outside of Procreate, open Notability. You'll create a new note like we normally do. And again, I just want to remind you that when we make new notes, it's easier for me if you relabel them. So I don't care what you do, but I always put like the title of the class first and then whatever the assignment is or has to do with. So I'm going to name this 1-point images. And I'm just going to add in my photos. So once you've done 4 of them, then you can just add in all of them. So you're just going to keep making a new Procreate file or just like keep making new layers, whatever works for you. And then you add all your photos into this one Notability. But you could actually, even if you didn't have Procreate or you didn't want to use Procreate, you can use Notability the whole time. So this part is the Notability demo if you want it. Okay, So first thing you need to do is go into your Notability file, hit the plus, and you're going to add a picture into there from your camera roll. And I'm going to use that exact same photo from last time, so there's no real confusion. You would have to do a different photo, though, every time you do this. So we're going to hit 4 different photos. So at the top, I pick the pencil tool, I pick a color that's easy to see, and it's literally the exact same thing. So as long as you like click and drag to hold out your line, it'll make straight lines for you. What I do like about Notability is that it has like this snapping effect on. So it'll try to make your lines meet more. It'll try to figure out that you want like the lines to go in a certain direction. And that's pretty convenient. Also doesn't require you to have Procreate, and you can just do them all on one file. So this might be easier. It is more difficult to erase because if you like want to erase part of a line, you'll erase like the whole line instead. And the colors are a little bit more limited, but it doesn't really matter for this assignment anyways. So here I am, I'm just tracing all my lines, basically the same ones as last time anyways. Again, you need a minimum of 8. Then once you get there, you can figure out where the vanishing point is, and you're going to mark that out. So I'm just going to take the color that I have, and I'm going to switch it for the horizon line and the vanishing point. So here's the vanishing point, and then here's the horizon line. Again, it'll kind of snap it to make it straight, which is a little harder to do in Procreate unless you have a certain setting turned on. But it's the exact same thing. So if you do that a couple more times, you're golden.